Welcome to Response Able Parenting, the podcast that shows you how to parent in alignment to your emotions, needs, and goals versus your programming, bad advice, and let's face it, outdated strategies that just don't work. You'll get in the trenches support on nervous system and emotional regulation, critical mindset shifts, stronger communication strategies, and more. In this podcast, you'll gain transformational tools that take you from reacting to every frustration to responding with clarity, regulation, and finally setting the example you desire for your kids. I'm Becky Jennings, your new parenting coach, and this is the Response Able Parenting podcast. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome back. I just had to take a quick moment because I started recording and my dog just turned on the TV. So I had to go over and turn off the TV and start again. I mean, the joys of not having a studio and filming in your house. I have to say, I cannot wait. And I don't know when this future date is, but I have my office planned out in my head, and I just have this podcasting nook all planned out. And I just have this like vision of what it looks like, and it's quiet and I can do it. And I'm just so excited about it. So it'll happen, just not anytime soon. Okay. So today I want to talk about one of the hardest parts of parenting. And as I have been going through the 30-day regulation challenge, and if you haven't joined it yet, don't worry, you still have plenty of time to join. It's going to be available through the summer. So I highly recommend joining right now. It's 4 weeks long, so super digestible, really simple to go through, very easy to digest. It has a video, some journal prompts, and it also has some text to expand upon the video if you're more of a reader. And then it has a regulation tool every single day. I'm in there from July 1st to July 30th in the comments every single day, helping you guys flush things out even further. So if you want some dialed in hands-on support, definitely join within the month of July so that you have that chance to just ask me further questions, get bigger details, like just really dive in even more. But it is going to be available, and I'm going to jump in after that probably once a week and dive in and give commentary. So please feel free, join when you are ready. But this is something that I have really noticed is one of my triggers. And this came out as I was going through the 30-day challenge as well. And this is why it's beautiful. These are why these tools are so helpful, because even though I'm a parent coach, even though I wrote the program, even though I do this, I live this, I breathe this, I do this day in and day out, I was able to uncover a new trigger, a new challenge that became very abundantly clear to me. And I was like, oh, thank God for this challenge, because now I'm seeing this so much more clearly. And this is what we do in the challenge. We start to uncover our patterns. We start to see where we are getting tripped up. We start to see that sticky point right before we boil over. And then we get the opportunity to put the pattern interrupter right there so that we don't lose our cool, so that we don't explode all over our children, so that we don't rupture that relationship. Here's what I'm noticing. For me, especially with my ADHD son, I am noticing that one of the hardest parts of parenting, one of the hardest parts of parenting is after they have totally gone off the rails, after they have really lost their shit. Maybe, especially with my ADHD son, it comes out nasty, it's very aggressive. It takes all of my capacity to not meet him in that meltdown, to not add fuel to the fire. I am not at all saying that I am perfect in that whatsoever, because literally he will wake up dysregulated and somehow it's my fault. He will go to bed dysregulated, and we are constantly, constantly working on these skills. Like it is a lot. And I will say there has been like light years of improvement for him, like incredible amounts of improvement. And still, there is so much more to go to be at this place where we're not being triggered on a regular basis. And if you are a parent to an ADHD child, you understand what I'm talking about. You can move from one gigantic thing where he was so physically impulsive, he was really hurting people, and that was a whole thing. And so we spent a very, very long time working on that. And now we have moved out of that. And now we aren't having any issues on the play yard, and we aren't having issues in the classroom anymore, and we aren't having as many physical issues at home. Massive win. If you are a parent to an ADHD kid, you know how big of a percentage of a win that is. And yet, we are now in the verbal stage of that. So, he will wake up and the tone is aggressive. He will wake up and somehow his pants not being in the spot that he wants his pants to be comes out aggressive. And somehow most everything is my fault. And because I am the mother and the default parent, and because I am the primary person working on him with all of this stuff, I am his dysregulation dumping ground, which takes a lot out of me, like a lot out of me on a daily basis. A lot. It's I don't even know how to describe the volume. I find one of the hardest parts of parenting is when my child is at his worst, saying the nastiest things, screaming, being aggressive, is to give the connection that he desperately needs. But I find it really hard to give that to him when he is being at his worst. So to give my best when my child is at his worst is something that I have uncovered in this 30-day challenge as to be one of my sticky points. One of my sticking points is to be able to slow myself down, to remove the past situations that are starting to come into this moment, starting to cloud this moment, starting to make this situation feel way more intense, and then to slow myself down, to give myself the peace and the comfort of knowing that this is temporary, that I can get through this, that I've made it through 100% of these before, and I'm going to continue to make it through these. But I start to feel very resentful in those moments. And that is a feeling that I need to explore further, is that resentment, the resentment of him, right? I'm teaching. I'm with him. I'm engaged. I'm giving him so many tools. I'm just giving to him. And I can feel very resentful of the fact that he takes. Not only does he take, but it feels very ungrateful. It feels very nasty. And so it's really hard for me to show up with compassion in these moments when he's going off the rails and he needs connection the most. I feel very unwilling to give that connection. And that's what I'm taking through this regulation challenge, so that I can start to see where I'm starting to feel that resentment crop up earlier and earlier, so I can take myself out of the situation, so I can remove myself, regulate myself, bring myself back into a healthier range of regulation, so that I have a little bit more tolerance for these moments. Is that easy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm going to be super honest. I'm struggling in that area. It's 2025 and there is more parenting advice than ever before. Yet we're still confused, stuck, and defaulting back to the way our parents raised us in the 80s and 90s. Parenting has evolved since then, and it's time your strategies do too. Welcome to the Response-Able Parenting community. This is where you get the support you're looking for so you can make fast, positive, and long-term change in your household. Inside my community, you get access to my signature course, Stuck to Strong, your emotional regulation roadmap to raising ADHD and strong-willed kids. You have my Fast Way to Regulate challenge, giving you 30 days of nervous system work to completely rewire how you react to the stress of parenting. On top of that, you have weekly opportunities to connect with me and get personalized support on issues that challenged you that week. You also have quarterly workshops, bite-sized mini lessons to keep you motivated, and everything I add for as long as you're a member. This is your place to filter out all the noise and get practical strategies that work. Join the community today and start feeling relief as early as tonight. And especially in perimenopause, and I'm not trying to point the finger externally. I know it's something I need to work on, but perimenopause is a nasty bitch. And she is hitting me at all angles. And she's just like, oh, you think you got that hormone figured out? Here's this new one that you've never even seen on the menu, and we're going to order from that time and time and time again. I'm like, what is even happening? So I'm finding that my window of tolerance has shrunk due to my hormonal changes. And so I'm having to be more proactive in my tolerance. I'm having to be more proactive in my regulation practices. I'm not able to let things aren't rolling off my back as easily as they once were. So I have to spend a lot more time. And that's what this is about, right? That's what this challenge is all about, is bringing attention, seeing what those patterns are, and then starting to give more attention, more healthy sort of regulation practices to that area so that we continue to grow and evolve as we grow and develop and evolve with our children. So I just want to, as I'm always going to try to do here, keep it super real about what is going on in my own life. I am my own case study when it comes to parenting. And I hope that's very valuable to you, because even though I know this stuff and live and breathe it, I am fully in the trenches with you. And this is something that all of my courses come out of my experiences, what my clients are experiencing. So it is not just textbook stuff. It's real life in the trenches stuff. And it's important for me to stay on top of it. And that's why I'm going through this challenge right alongside with you, and learning that my sticky point is when my kid is at my worst and needs connection the most. That's when I want to withhold connection to teach, quote unquote, teach him a lesson. You can't treat people like this. Look, you'll push people away. But that's the worst thing I can do for him, because he's in desperate, that's him waving that flag of, please come in and rescue me, because I'm so out of my element. I'm so confused. I'm so dysregulated that I need someone else to rescue me right now, even though it comes out nasty, even though it comes out aggressive. That's his desperation. And I'm noticing my triggers around that. And that's what I get to take through this regulation challenge. So I cannot wait to support you to where you figure out what your big pattern is, where your hardest part of parenting is, so that we can actually build support systems and tools around that for you. All right. Thanks for always being here and listening and being supportive and being awesome. The challenge information is in the show notes. You can either join my community and it will be there ready to go, and you'll have access to that, as well as all my workshops, all my courses. You'll have access to literally everything that I have ever created. Or you can just go ahead and join this program as a standalone, your choice. But do not miss it, because this is game-changing, life-changing, generational changing stuff. All right. Can't wait to see you in there, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for listening to the Response-Able Parenting Podcast. If you like what you heard, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. If you know someone who would benefit from this podcast, I'd be honored if you'd share this episode with them. Until next time, know that you are enough, you are capable, you've made it through all of your hardest days, and we will keep growing on this parenting journey together. This podcast was produced by Kim Kelty and myself, Becky Jennings, and edited by the Kelty Method, Branding and Podcasting.